Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Terry and Trish from UVT Coaching. Check us out, uvtcoaching.com, if you've never been to our fabulous voiceover coaching website. Trish, today I want to briefly talk about something you started at some point last year called the Voiceover Muck Marketing Course, which, rumor has it, includes a 90-minute game-changing video from the marketing mastermind herself, Trish Bassani. Have you heard of Trish?
Never, no. Is she any
What?
good?
Tell us a little bit about, first of all, how you got the idea for this and how it's helping people.
Well, the original idea to actually separate it, I mean, first of all, the whole idea of like teaching marketing just came from the fact that I see so many voice actors struggling on the pay to plays and different things. And I thought, I don't use the pay to plays. Like I haven't been on the pay to plays in over 10 years. And I'm not against the pay to plays, but I just found myself not needing them. Most of the jobs that I get are hired directly for, I don't even have to audition oftentimes. So I was seeing a lot of people struggling to get auditions in and just struggling to get work, like regular work. So I started teaching it. And then I found myself giving a lot of the same information every time I did the session. So after a bunch of sessions, I thought, well, because it was only really supposed to be about an hour session, right? So then we changed it to 90 minutes. And the 90-minute session, I found that I still wasn't even able to really give all of the information and get feedback at the same time when I would meet with someone, because they were always one-on-one sessions. And I like to personalize it with everybody. So what I did was I created a video of all the stuff that I was covering that I would tell everyone. Basically, that I cover the same information. So basically, I just did a video. It's a 90-minute video of me talking about the entire marketing process of the method that I use to get work, started and built my business on, and still get work with now. So it's for the Muck marketing package, I guess we could call it now, is that it's a 90-minute video that you watch at your leisure. And when you book a session or when you basically purchase the session, then we send the link to you from Dropbox, and you watch it, take notes, and basically come up with questions and take notes and anything that you want to discuss. Then I'm including the 1 hour after that, one-on-one with me. So that's kind of how we're doing it now, because I just felt like I was still even like pouring all this information out in 90 minutes when we changed the session to 90 minutes. And I still wasn't really getting a chance to really get to know people and their goals. And so anyway, that's what we do now. So it's a kind of a two-parter.
Well,
So.
and the thing that really where the bell goes off for me is when you say those words, direct marketing, because you see a lot of talents on social media. Oh man, I've auditioned like 300 times on Voices or Voice 123, and I still haven't gotten anything. And so many new talents who they mean well, but a lot of new talents are getting institutionalized. They're putting all their eggs in the pay-to-play baskets, hoping to get that one or two gigs, from certain clients. And, you end up kind of spinning your wheels, because then you get a little too comfortable just sitting there auditioning all day from sunrise to sunset, auditioning for everything that lands in your inbox, when you could have allocated some of that time to direct marketing.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, to me, the pay to plays they might be sustainable. They may not be, because that's the problem, is like the algorithms change, they get purchased, as we found out, like the sites change ownership, and there's a lot of things that can change, and it's not really reliable, even if you're on, let's say, all three of the biggest casting sites. If one of those sites goes down for any reason or changes, and all of a sudden you're not getting the revenue, that's 33% of your business that's down the drain, which is a really big hit. So if you're used to a certain lifestyle or whatever, or just relying on that income to live. So Here we have, the thing is, it's not scalable, right? We're all about building our businesses. You can't build your business on just the pay to plays. You're literally auditioning for one job at a time. And yes, I know that you can get regular clients. I've been told that you can get regular clients from the pay to plays. First of all, I'm not even going to say their full name. VDC is the biggest one out there. Is the one, they actually restrict your communication with the client. They don't want you to do business outside the platform. Voice 123 is more okay with that, and I do know people getting clients and connecting with clients, but they're not getting to the point where they're getting hired regularly on a lot of, in a lot of places. So you still need the pay to plays, if you're relying on them regularly. So I've just built, like, this method is going to get rid of the pay to plays. It's, or if you want to use them as a source for more auditions, because this way you're going to get mostly jobs. You're not going to get auditions. You will get some of them, but the thing is the great thing about auditioning through direct marketing and direct marketing clients is that you're auditioning against a much smaller talent pool, like much smaller, like less than 5 people often. So maybe 10 if it's both genders even. So it's really it's a huge difference than kind of marketing against, or being like up against hundreds and even thousands of other talent on the pay to plays. It's important to have different things in your arsenal. Agents are important. Pay to plays can be important if they're part of your business and you're able to kind of make sure that you're not spending too much time. But I know people that just day in and day out do auditions and you can't scale. You can't scale that way.
Honestly, you get a little too comfortable inside the walls of a pay-to-play site where it almost becomes an addiction, where you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to go for as long as I can during the course of each and every day until I finally get some client to at least respond to the audition,
Yep.
and you think of how many hours were wasted sitting there on pay-to-play sites, auditioning along with, however many people. I mean, if you don't get the audition in as soon as it hits your inbox, I mean, literally 5 minutes later, there's already 30 people that have gotten the audition in. So there, it can be tough, especially if you have a daytime job, and your method, which I've heard so many great things about, is a game changer for one. And we've had students that have gotten results almost immediately after they've taken
literally in 24 hours. Yep.
Yeah.
Not a huge wave, but I have had people book a job or two within the first 24 hours if you actually use the methods. The biggest thing about the pay to plays also is, like, they keep you on the website. There's a reason why there's those the like button. When they added that, and somebody posted on one of the forums, and everybody was so excited that they added a like button on Voice 123, and I went, don't you guys realize that this doesn't happen with clients, like regular, real clients, like direct clients, that you only find out when you book the job? That's all you need to know, because otherwise it's a waste of your time. The only reason they're offering those little extra gadgets within the pay to plays is to keep you on the site longer, which makes their SEO look good.
They just want you to renew the membership.
Yeah, but spend more time on the site. Even when it doesn't matter, it's like, oh, I'm third in line, I'm the third favorite, or they liked my audition. Nobody cares unless you book it. Just worry about booking it. Set it and forget it, and that's what direct clients are great for. Once in a while, I'll get an email from a direct client, and they're like, oh, sorry, Trish, you didn't book this one. And I'm like, that's okay. You don't need to let me know, because I kind of forgot about it already. Like, you should always be creating new opportunities to for yourself, so that you actually forget what you've done, so that you're not disappointed when you don't get something. Get yourself to the point where you're auditioning, or auditioning, or putting, not so much auditioning, but even putting more and more opportunities out there that you're not even thinking about. You're not kind of twiddling your thumbs, kind of waiting for the phone to ring, so to speak, or an email. So.
Well, and the fascinating thing about all of this is, think about it. The percentage of talents out there, most of them are in the pay-to-play sites. So what you're doing, and if you go with Trisha's method, you're in a small percentage of the voice talents around the world. So therefore, the business really isn't all that competitive if you really think about it. Think about it,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing too is I have noticed a little bit of a shift in, the pay to plays. And I'm not like predicting the downfall of the pay to plays or anything like that. But I do notice that I've talked with several clients in the recent, let's say, the last year or so, that have noticed a decline in the quality of auditions because there's so many amateurs on the websites, because the casting sites, they don't, VDC and Voice 123 don't vet their talent. They don't care. They will
Anybody
take your
can sign
money.
up.
They
Anybody's third cousin can sign up for a
They
profile.
don't care what you sound like. They don't care if you've had training. They don't care about what your home audio, your home studio sounds like. They will take anybody if you have the 350 or 450 or whatever crazy amount they're charging now to join these sites. They
Way
don't
more than that
care.
on some levels. Yeah, talent is an option, apparently,
Right.
to be a
So what's
member of the
happening
voice.
though is clients are getting frustrated because they're going to find actual talent, but they're finding a bunch of amateurs mixed into the talent. So you have 50 auditions that you think that you have 50 auditions for your project as a client that comes onto the site. They're getting 50 auditions, but 5 of them are good. But they have to listen to all of them to find them, which is the whole idea of a crowdsourcing site, is to go and find it quickly and get it cast quickly. But they're not being able to do that as often these days because there's so many amateur talent that are with bad audio quality that are not, that are taking up, and it's just taking longer and longer to find those 5 people. So guess what? Some of them are going back to the old school ways of having like their own rosters in-house, which is how things started. Reach out to ad agencies and production companies. And if you want specifics, I am happy to spend some time with you in Muck marketing, because I do it. This is how I do it. And this is how people make an actual living doing this. And I work 2 to 3 hours a day on actual jobs. I wake up in the morning, I read the scripts. Sometimes I have to quote, sometimes I have already kind of a fixed price with the client because it's a regular client, whatever. But you basically receive scripts and jobs in your inbox instead of auditions constantly. So,
Well, and I look at it as, client, pay to play sites, it's almost like an amusement park. Sooner or later, you're going to get bored at the amusement park if you spend too much time there. Maybe a goofy analogy, I don't know. But I've had clients that have come to me because they got tired of all the rides. They just want to work with one experienced talent. They didn't want to listen to 200 auditions. They didn't want to go through the process of having to do all this stuff that a client needs to do in order to even post an audition on a pay to play site. And they come to us. So in a way, it can be a good thing that the pay to play sites are out there. But Trish, you and I have been talking about direct marketing really ever since we met, even long before.
that's kind of how we met. That's like,
Yeah,
we met online because we
yeah.
were both doing the same thing, looking for work.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
we've always been kind of good at going out there and just, setting up consultations with prospective clients and kind of, even if they're thinking about using a pay-to-play site or thinking of doing this or that, we've always been pretty good at convincing them to work with us. And, obviously your method is working well. So how did you come up with the name Muckstruck Marketing? Because I want a t-shirt that says that.
Oh, we should get
I
t-shirts.
want a Muckstruck Marketing t-shirt.
Yeah, I just came across, it was like a list of, because I'm a word person. I think a lot of us are just doing what we do, but I came across a list of like old-timey words, like old-timey phrases and stuff. And muckstruck just meant astonished. It meant like, wow. And so it just kind of stuck, I guess. So muck struck, it was like, oh, I'm so muck struck that it's like, yeah, it means astonished. So it's like, but I just thought it was fun, and it rhymes, and it was just something different to put the label on. It certainly gets attention.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great idea. And so if somebody signs up for the Muckstruck marketing session, you start by sending them a link to the video, which is the 90-minute video. And then they can follow up after they watch the video. They can actually request a coaching session with you. So is there anything that I mean, obviously we don't want to give away what's in the video and the entire process, but is there anything that we haven't talked about today that they can expect in the video that you haven't mentioned yet?
No, the one thing that I do recommend is before you book, make sure, because in order for this process to really work, you really need professionally produced demos and a website.
Right.
Those are two things. And we can help you at UVT. We can help you with those if you don't have those things. But those are the things that I would recommend before because without those things, the method doesn't really work. It's like those are two really important components to it.
Then you're going back to what you were talking about with a lot of talents on pay-to-play sites where they have, subpar audio, they don't have the performance skills down. We want to make sure that you're up to par with your script reads. I'm always preaching all over social media about the importance of learning the acting part of voice acting before you do anything else, So we want to make sure that you're up to par on your script performance skills, and that you have the demos and the website. And let's face it, Trish, a lot of people kind of get stuck on the marketing end of the business, which is why we cover that a lot in many UVT programs. But I really haven't seen anything out there quite like this VO Muckstruck marketing session, which is turning into a real game changer for a lot of talents.
Yeah, I love being able to kind of offer that to people that are really struggling. And there are a lot of people that go through the training, they get demos produced, they spend all of the money and the time on the investment of doing the things that we need to do at the very beginning, the training, the demos, the website.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they feel like they're standing on the edge of a cliff, not knowing where to go next. And that really where kind of you need to, like, you can have the greatest demo ever. You can be the super talented, but if you don't know how to market yourself, and if you don't know how to get work, and you don't know how to compete against other talent, you're not gonna go very far. So that's kind of why, that's why we do it.
Excellent. Well, here's what wherever you're watching this video, somewhere below the video is a description. If it's YouTube or Facebook, we'll make sure that you have it. We will put a sign-up link for you to sign up for the Muckstruck marketing session. Trish, is this going to be a fee that makes somebody fall off their chair?
I hope not. We're offering it for $347 for both.
So now think about it. This is 90 minutes. There's 90 minutes, and then you get the hour after it, a live session with Trish. So in a way, this is almost like 3 full coaching sessions if you think about it, for like $347. And for those of you that need a little boost on marketing and you need some fresh ideas because the current ones aren't working so well, I'd highly recommend taking this course. So the link is below the video somewhere where you can sign up for the VO Muckstruck marketing session, video and session with Trish Bassani.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's pretty much it, Trish. Thanks again for getting together. And then, of course, if you're interested, if you're like watching this on YouTube and you're not one of our Kahuna members, that'll make a lot more sense when you visit the website right away, by the way. But, go to uvtcoaching.com and we can help you out with script performance. And Trish, you have a killer marketing session that comes with the Big Kahuna program on.
Yeah, it's actually the same.
Yeah, it's the same
It's
thing.
actually the same thing.
If
Yep.
you're,
We give you the demo, or we give you the video, and then you get an hour's long session with me and your market, your one-on-one. So it's really the same, but we're just offering the Muckstruck as kind of an a la carte option for
right,
those people that have already done the things. But yes, if you need it, the Muckstruck marking is actually included in the Big Kahuna.
it is.
So
Yep.
one of the many other things that we offer with the demos and the training and the website and all that stuff. So
Definitely. So actually, but we'll put both links in the description, and we hope to hear from you soon, because this is a killer class, and I hope you take advantage of it. Trish, thank you so much for getting together, and then we'll talk to you sooner than later. I appreciate it.
I'm sure. All right, Terry. Thank you.